goes into effect next August for, I guess.
All the penalties?
Correct.
I haven't read it yet, so I don't. It's sitting on my desk, and I'm going to read it probably in the bye week. I've kind of got a clear understanding, or not clear, but I have an understanding. I think it's good. I support everything they're trying to get done.
Illinois seems to play exceedingly well against Ohio State for whatever reason. I mean, in your experience, in the places you've coached, did you have teams that you played particularly well against, or didn't play well against, or that played well against you?
I think so. I don't really buy into that. I think it's just they have some projected high-round draft picks on defense. They got some good players, so I'm not quite sure why they're not, why things aren't happening for them. But it's not because of there's a bunch of good players running around on that team.
If a team wins one game, though, does it help them to win the next time?
Yeah. There's momentum. I think anytime there's staff transition, there's question marks, and we went through a period of time, the same thing. So
with Nathan Schillhouse over there at quarterback, when he came on as a freshman, we got to know him a little bit, and he really flashes athleticism. What do you see about him that makes him a threat, both arm and legs?
Well, that's what that's every I shouldn't say every coach in the country wants to have a guy that can make something bad out of something good, and he's probably our biggest concern because he's a playmaker, and you might think you have the play stopped, and has the ability to keep it going. So that's our biggest concern on offense.
And they've talked, I guess they've had some depth issues with developing young receivers. Has that maybe hindered his progress a little bit, where they've tried to get their passing game going, it hasn't really come together yet, I guess?
Yeah, he's been there a long time. He's got a lot of great stats, and this year, for some reason, they are struggling. And I don't know the ages of the receivers, but it does look like there are a lot of young guys out there running around. But once again, talent's not the issue.
Urban, Braxton seemed more willing to slide to protect his body last week, although I don't know how perfect those slides were executed. How would you evaluate that part of his game?
Well, Coach Herman's in charge of the sliding. I don't do that, especially when you come up a yard short from the first down at the end of the game. But I think, Tom's doing a good job. I'm doing, talking to him a lot about that. There's certain times to go get it, and there's other times not. And we don't spend too much time talking about that, quite honestly, though. I mean, we talk to him about it, but he's also a great athlete that's a competitor and go win the game. So,
Coach, do 9-0 teams over here, is there more pressure on you each week as wins mounted? Do you address that at all?
No, we talk about being 9-0 and what 9-0 means to us, and you hear me say it, but that's what we all believe it. The best thing about 9-0 is a chance to go get one more. Don't look back, look forward, and we're the only team in America can line up and try to get win number 10 this weekend, so that means a lot to us.
You could clinch a tie for the division lead if Penn State loses on the road and you guys win. Is that something you would bring up or not?
No, we're just worried about Illinois and trying to get number 10.
Urban, you guys have really risen to the occasion against the teams, the premier teams, I guess. You struggled with some of the lesser teams. Is that something that you've addressed this week at all?
Yeah, I think some of these guys, I've been around teams like that. They're, the Nebraska atmosphere, the Penn State atmosphere. We played our best games, and I've addressed that. But I'm glad this is a 3:30 game, and it's an ESPN game, so I'm kind of counting our guys to go out and grow up and perform and not worry about prime time or not.
How dangerous is Illinois, Urban? I mean,
I think they're very dangerous. I think they're.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing: is how good are we? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And at times we're really good. At other times we're not. So I think Illinois has got every bit as much talent we do. I think they're. If we execute, I think we'll be okay, and we'll try to find a way to win a game. If we don't, we'll look like we had in the first quarter against Penn State and some other games. So. We're in no position to start worrying about down the road or who we're playing.
You ever heard of the elephant?
Yes, I did.
The wooden turtle.
Yeah, I heard about it. Don't know much about it. I did the other day. I heard about it.
Check it out.
Last one here.
Urban, just looking back again real quick, was the defensive holding against Penn State when they had the defensive holding call when you were punting, was that on Bryce Haynes? Did you see on that? Did you look back on that on film?
I did, and I can't remember who it was. It was holding, though.
I mean, it just looked like, is that created by guys busting it down the field?
Yes.
That you create situations where you make the opponent do stuff?
That's exactly what it is. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
have a great day.
Appreciate it. Thank you.